here we are on YouTube. That was really loud. Sorry.
That's okay. I forgive you.
Here we are on YouTube.
Nathan, I know you're having kind of a crappy day, so how you doing there?
We spoiled the ending.
Whoa, you were to end this by saying you're having a crappy day? I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, well, whatever. Whatever, just add it to my day. It's going so wonderful.
Okay. I just made it worse by announcing that you're having a bad day? That's great. Well, I'm glad I could help. Man, I feel like I'm in my marriage now. What's the old... the road to divorce is paved in good intentions. Okay. No, I'm just joking. I hope you're doing okay, Nathan. We've got a PayPal request here. This is from Andrew. Andrew Strong. Yeah.
Andrew's been around. Andrew's been around as a contributor for a while, has he not?
Yeah, he's been a great supporter of our channel. We thank him, and I'm sure Radiohead fans would like to thank him as well. He says, well, I'm going to do a quick read here of his message to us. He says, you two guys are the best YouTube channel in the world. Oh, actually, that's not what he said. Okay. He said, hey guys, glad you're enjoying the Radiohead journey. There's no band quite like him. He says he's got two to put on our radar. So this is one of those two, but I'm going to read this just on this one. And he says for both of these, he recommends the studio version, which we're doing, not the live. He says the live versions are fun, but he wants to experience the songs for the first time that Radiohead fans did. So basically, he wants us to hear the studio version first.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, if you're a Radiohead fan, you'd be like, the album comes out, you listen to it, you're like, oh, I like this song, you like this song, I like that. I just described pretty much how most music works. So.
Yeah, Nathan, that's so unique. Wow.
What a great insight.
Only Radiohead fans listen to the studio version first. All right. He goes a bit more context. He says, in the late 90s, Radiohead was quickly becoming one of the most popular rock bands in the world. Their first album, Pablo Honey, was relatively unremarkable, but produced Creep, which was a big hit. Mm-hmm. Their next two albums, The Bends and OK Computer, took them into the stratosphere and are still regarded as some of their best work. These albums included fan favorites like Fake Plastic Trees, Paranoid Android, which we did, and My Iron Lung, which we did as well. Okay, all right, we covered those. And cemented Radiohead as one of the preeminent alternative rock bands of the 90s. The success was beginning to weigh on the band, and excessive touring and expectations almost led to a breakup. Fortunately for us fans, they stuck together, but that period led to a complete reinvention of the band and their sound. Oh. So that leads us to... okay, there you go. So that leads us to Kid A, which these two songs draw from. The album Kid A, which came out in October 2000. And he feels that this album changed rock music forever.
Huh. Well, I like that. Thanks, Andrew. That's a good way of explaining some of the history and the backstory that we don't know, and we're too ignorant to go and look up ourselves.
And before we continue, time for a Ryan rant. Before we continue, you ready?
Okay.
Yeah. We got this message on one of our comments from somebody on our Radiohead. He goes, this is from Clyde. Hey, Clyde. He goes, how are you two older? Thanks, by the way. Thanks. Well, what are you, 12? If you're a Radiohead fan, the chances of him being under 20 is very unlikely. But apparently we're older white dudes. Okay. How are you two older white dudes who consider themselves music fans and not have any inkling of anything Radiohead has done besides Creep? How? Okay, let me answer this question for you, Clyde. I mean, with a name like Clyde, you better be over 60, number one. So let me just say...
all the Clydes just decided to leave our channel.
Oh, boy. Here's the thing. This goes for everyone that does these comments on these channels, for all reaction channels. Why do people think because you're a fan of something, everyone knows it? It doesn't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. And in fact, you'd almost want it not to be that way. Sometimes it's nice to have something of your own. And then it's fun to experience it through other people's eyes. Thus, the birth of reaction channels where people are like, I want to see other people experience something maybe how I experienced it. I want to relive that through them. Yeah. But Clyde figures that because we're white, thanks, I don't know what that matters. I guess Radiohead fans are all white. So the fact that we're white and we're older, we don't know anything about Radiohead. So that's my rant. My rant ends here. Let's listen to. I'm sorry, Andrew. I apologize, but chances are he's probably heard a couple of my rants before. So, all right,
I know I have.
Yeah, this is. Anyways, thank you, Andrew, for this request. This is their opening track from this album.
All right.
Here's the album opener. All right, here we go. Very different sound right away. Like,
okay, I've heard this.
Oh, really? I've never heard this.
Somewhere. I've heard this before.
But you've never listened to it.
Yeah, no. Sound.
Okay.
I got lots to say about this. You want me to start?
I have nothing to say.
Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, please do, please.
Hang on, I'm gonna just stop the stream. There we go. So, first of all, I've heard this song before, and I've just heard it somewhere. Had no idea I was listening to Radiohead. So let's just make that clear. And what's really cool is, I'm sure the first time I heard that, I was kind of like, oh, I like this. but I wasn't like paying attention to it. I spent a lot of time. I worked in construction for a little while, and I worked installing carpets, and so sometimes stuff would come on the radio, and I, would kind of like hear it, but I wouldn't. It's not like I, certainly those days I wasn't like with my phone and looking up the song or anything like that. So anyway, I really like this a lot. And the second thought is, now knowing that this is the way that Radiohead adapted or changed,
at least for this point
of
their career.
This is the prediction coming true of what I was saying earlier about. And I know people are tired of me making comparisons to Coldplay. I'm not trying to make a comparison to Coldplay here. Yeah, just hold on, keyboard warriors. This is the direction they should have gone.
I see.
And this is what because I can hear Radiohead there still. You know what I mean? I can hear the really cool stuff we like about the first Radiohead stuff that we've been exposed to, and now where it's going. It's like, yeah, this is exactly what I had hoped Coldplay would have done, and they didn't do it.
Yeah. Interesting. That's good. Good thoughts. I'm okay. So I see what they did here, and I'm wondering why, or I'm wondering if Andrew gave us this song to listen to as a kind of a, I'd say palate cleanser, but hey, heads up, here's the sound change. Here's because this is the track opener, so it's obviously intentional to have this as a track opener. Because if you were to tell me this was radio play, had I not known, I would have been like, if I heard that, what did I say? I'm sorry. I've called this band. What have I called them?
Radiohead.
Okay, so what's her name? I'm so confused.
Radiohead.
I was like, when it's like you don't want to call someone the wrong name,
and then you call it the wrong name anyway.
So, no. So you never say their name again. Hey, you. Hey, buddy. So this band that we're currently listening to,
you don't want to call them by the wrong name.
No. Anyway, so Radiohead. Anyways, I wouldn't have known this is Radiohead had I heard the song played to me. So I think why I'm getting this mixed up. So yeah. I wouldn't have like, this is them. I would have I would have said this is some sort of EDM. I would have said like 20 or 2009, or something like Moby-esque almost type of like.
That's
a good
sort of like comparison too. Yeah.
Like
and maybe that's what I thought I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe because it's very repetitive, not in a bad way, but a theme is playing, some beats are going on. Am I even hearing guitar? Is there any real instruments being played here? I don't know. I mean, I don't have that ear for it. So if there is, it's heavy electronic sound here. So my quick little review, because I know people come here for our information on Radiohead, that this album was divisive when it came out, and I can see maybe why. So initially, contemporary reviews at the time were divided. I saw scores as low as 2 out of 5 stars.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's like, and then some were like 8 or 9 out of 10. So there was, but that's divisive, right? But modern reviews, when people have have taken a breath and said, okay, this is when they've gone back. They do that now with older albums, because this album's already 22 years old. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
So people, professional reviewers today, like Rolling Stone, it's now a near perfect score. So it's interesting that when it was released, people were like, it was kind of a divisive, and I'm sure it might have been divisive amongst fans, because you got a different journey happening here. And I bet you it's Tom York's. I'm just guessing here with the change of sound. As an artist, he's probably like, we're tired of being pigeonholed. We're tired of whatever. We have our own, so we will do what we want. And we've done a few albums. We want to do something different now, and take it or leave it. And so that's my guess.
So I really like it. Like it's something that's like some of the past Radiohead we've listened to. I'm kind of like, this is good and this is getting better, but this is great. This is going on my playlist like today.
Oh wow. From our Discord, I forgot to say, come to our Discord live, guys, because when you come to our Discord, you can watch these reactions live and interact with us. So Matt in our Discord said he's not a keyboard warrior, but he thinks a part of the fan hatred for Coldplay is that Coldplay was always a step behind Radiohead, kind of copying Radiohead's moves in a popular way, and then they're getting bigger commercial acclaim for it. So that's maybe his interpretation as to why Radiohead fans are like, hey, we did that first and better, but these guys are more popular. Yeah. And my response to that would be, is that how should I say this? Like, McDonald's is a very popular restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean it's the best food.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
That's
things that are easy and accessible doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's always the best. Yeah.
Life is riddled with that stuff.
Yeah, it's always.
so-
Humans are like, give me something simple, not complicated. And popular music, for the most part, is very simple.
Yeah.
That's why it's called popular. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Andrew, for that. Hopefully, you didn't mind my little rant. The next video we do will be more streamlined. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll think of something the next 3 minutes.
Or maybe I'll do a rant.
Oh, wow.